Now, let's talk taxes. You have just under 2 weeks left to do them, so plenty of time. But did you ever know that AI, artificial intelligence, can actually help you get your taxes done? I'm really interested in this topic as we're starting to use artificial intelligence more and more. I'm joined now live on Zoom by Troy Quick. He's with AT&T. Troy, thanks so much for joining us tonight on Evening Plus.
Hello, thanks for having me.
So, Troy, we heard about, hey, you can use AI to work on your taxes. Obviously, we know taxes can be frustrating and difficult. How can AI be helpful as people are filing in the next couple of weeks?
Yes, for sure. So AI, artificial intelligence, it's already built into a lot of the electronics that you're already utilizing in your day to day, as you said. So that is a way to make your taxes, filing them a bit easier, right? And so with AI, there is a lot of tech that can scan information. And but first, what you're gonna need to do, obviously, is gather in all of your documents, right? From your W-2s, your 1099s, your receipts, and also your financial statements. And what AI can do with those is it can help you through the tax software import that information. Also, too, it can import information from your bank, investment accounts, and even your employers. One of the cool features, too, with AI and your smart devices is it can also scan in those documents. So it can scan a receipt or a tax form that you may have, take that information, and actually upload it to whichever tax service that you may be utilizing this tax season. So, and with that, with it scanning all of that information, it can actually review and also do its own error checking. So, kind of taking out the human error element when it comes to your taxes, and it'll review those any inconsistencies, any missing information, and help you make any corrections that it may see. Also, with the tax software's AI intelligence, it can help you simulate different tax scenarios. So, give you different options and also optimize your tax strategy. And also, too, it can help you ongoing in the future and help you with future tax plannings and help you stay informed and make strategic financial decisions. So, by leveraging this AI technology that is built into our devices now, it's going to help individuals, businesses. It's going to streamline that process and help you reduce errors, maximize your tax benefits, and it's just going to lead to a more efficient, accurate, and stress-free tax experience.
Yeah, absolutely. And some questions based on what you said. For people who may not have used AI before, it's a new kind of system than many people may be used to. And obviously, there's different kinds of AI, different sites that you can utilize. Any that you would recommend specifically for this kind of tax help? And then also, there may be concerns about security or privacy with tax forms. Can you touch on that at all? Just about, if people have concerns like that, what they should know?
Yes. So a few sites that come to mind. The first is TurboTax, H&R Block, My Free Taxes, and also the IRS has a website too. And these are all free services that you can utilize. And talking to the security aspect of it, so one thing you can get is an IP pin, and that is right from the IRS, and it's a six-digit number that can help it make it more challenging for any scammers to file false tax returns on other people's behalfs. Also, to just make sure if you have the ability to download any type of security software that you may have access to. With AT&T, we have AT&T Active Armor. That is an app that's either built into your device or through your plans, or through also if you have our fiber optic internet service, and it's a great way to protect you. And when you are filing, if you are doing it mobile, just be sure to avoid any public Wi-Fi. So this is just an open Wi-Fi that is available to anyone and everyone. So just make sure you're just avoiding that at all costs. And to for your home network, make sure that you are managing the devices that are on your Wi-Fi too. And if you do have an AT&T service, you can also to use your AT&T Smart Home Manager. So that way you can just check in and see what other devices may be accessing your Wi-Fi. And then two things we always tell everyone is, just make sure that you are creating just a strong password, utilizing the different characters, alphanumeric, special characters in your password, and then if possible, also use a two-factor authentication when accessing anything.
Yeah, absolutely. So many good tips and so much for people to keep in mind here. And of course, one thing we always talk about, I know we talk about this, as journalists too, is that when you're using AI, obviously it's a new and very up and coming piece of technology. So if you do want to try and use AI with your taxes, you want to always make sure too that you're double checking info and things like that. Don't solely rely on AI, especially for something so important like your taxes. Can you talk a little bit about that and just some kind of parameters to keep in mind as folks do their taxes over the next few weeks?
Yes. So if you are utilizing any apps for your AI service, just make sure you're using them from official app stores. Just know the information that the app or AI is going to have access to. And also, to just make sure you're always checking the permissions within any of the apps or systems that you may be utilizing in any of your mobile devices, just to make sure that you know what that system has access to.
Yeah, absolutely. And anything I'm not asking, anything else that you want people at home who may be looking into using this as a helpful tool? Any other tidbits of information or tips for people if they're looking to possibly do their taxes, with that AI help?
Yes. So just always be careful of the spam and scam texts that are going around out there. We see it all the time at our AT&T retail stores. So just make sure that you're just being aware of what someone may be asking you, because more than likely, if it is an institution or a tax service that is reaching out to you to get information, they should already have that. So do not give them any information, and just make sure you're going right to that source. And the deadline is coming up, so April 15th is coming up quick. So if you do have any questions or need any help downloading or questions on the AIA service, I just invite anyone to come to your local AT&T store. If you have any help or questions, we'd be happy to help you out.
Absolutely. All right, Troy, we so appreciate you walking us through this. I think this is so interesting to learn about, hey, how AI can be used, in daily life with things like taxes. We appreciate your expertise and your advice and tips, and of course, more information. I'm sure you guys, as you mentioned, if you need to ask anyone with AT&T, could be helpful as well. We appreciate you joining us here on Zoom, and hope you have a great rest of your night.
Thank you. You as well.